There's Andrew. He's having a conversation with himself. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
Tell Andrew I say hi.
Andrew says hi. Carter says hi.
So anyway, yeah, don't mind Andrew. I want to talk about some of the risks that you're taking when you're traveling to a non-Western country. A lot of people are afraid of leaving their very safe, supposedly Western country and going to a cheaper country that's not considered Western. So let's see some of the risks. Andrew, do you have any thoughts?
Risks on traveling to a non-Western country. So, creating connections in a country, and then having to move on once your visa expires. So one of the things that me and partners are doing is we're making tons of friends, and even business opportunities and stuff like that. I mean, it's really cool. Just kind of that's what we do. We network and we talk to people, and but having to leave the country and move on,
Because we're not citizens of the country.
we're not citizens. We're just visiting. Our visa expires. We could always come back, but we want to travel and we want to go up and down, the western coast of South America. And yeah, so that's one risk.
Yeah, that's actually, I wasn't even thinking about that one. Not having a set place where you can just settle down and feel like you can be there for the next several months without leaving, because you have to leave because you kind of you're on a visa.
Rabies. Getting bit.
What?
Rabies.
Oh, rabies. Rabies is a risk. Although, do you think any of the dogs here have rabies?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. The dogs here seem pretty well taken care of, but I guess it depends on where you are. Cusco, the dogs in Cusco definitely have rabies. Yeah, I would say generally,
The truth is, when I talk to people and they're like, oh no, what are you doing in South America? How are you going to do this?
how are you gonna survive and whatever. Guess how much this wine costs, by the way? Guess how much this costs? $3. $3. Well, you can have $3 wine in the US, but it's not gonna be this spiced up mulled wine in a fancy restaurant. And generally, I feel like the biggest risk I could have taken was staying back in the US. So I don't know why I'm making this video.
Explain it. No, it's a valid point. What would you be doing right now if you're in the U.S.? We're sitting here at a cafe drinking mulled wine and cerveza and doing what we'd normally be doing. So if we were in Minneapolis or Dallas, what would be different?
If I was in Dallas right now, I would be probably having a panic attack, because I was having a panic attack every day. I would be just garnering a crazy amount of debt. I would be freaking out. Obviously, I said that.
Because we literally do the same thing we do when we're working anywhere else.
Yeah, the same thing that I was doing in Dallas.
With our coffee shop. That's what we do in Dallas. We go to our favorite coffee shop. We work all day.
Working all day.
But we're doing it here for a fourth of the cost.
For a tiny fraction of the cost. A fourth or even less.
Sometimes less.
It depends. It depends what it is. Alcohol tends to be a little more expensive here, but food is very cheap, and labor, just everything is very cheap compared to the U.S. And so it's a fraction of the cost, but because so much is happening, it's still, for the country, this is still a nice town. So much is happening, so we're actually getting, and then also work together, and so when we were back in the U.S., because of work and all these things, we were kind of in solitude, and stressing, and also around so many people that are stressed out. People here, I feel like the energy is very happy.
It's one of the things we've been observing and really talking about a lot lately is absorbing the energy of the people that you're around. When you're in an environment where everybody's stressed out, you feel it. It affects you. Your brain space goes from this down to this.
And what's a really good sign when you get here that it's going to be a place with really good energy? The animals.
Oh yeah, the all the animals that live here, like super happy, very well groomed. Like they have their own little rules in society. They walk around. The streets are really clean. Like they're not pooping everywhere. And when they do, the city cleans it up. Like
Have you seen a single heroin addict on the street?
not one.
Not a single one.
No.
The dogs are happy. Like we've shared a whole bunch of. Go look on my Instagram. There's a whole bunch of pictures of happy dogs just walking around. We have a friend, our friend Edgar. He has a dog that he's had for the past 12 years. He said for the past 12 years, he's never seen his dog like leave his side, go outside and explore. Coming to this town was his first time that his dog felt safe enough to go outside.
I mean, honestly, like in all seriousness, if you're a dog lover, like if you really like, there are lots of awesome dogs here. Like and we name them. We walk around the city and we give them like
We give them names.
yeah. What are some of the names we give?
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Fred.
Yeah. The one that followed us all the way up to the
That was Freddie.
that was Freddie.
Yeah,
the
that
dog,
was Freddie.
yeah.
Freddie.
Yeah, but
Where did he? Have you seen him?
I wouldn't even recognize.
I haven't seen Fred in a while.
Yeah. Probably some of his brothers and sisters.
We haven't named the one that sits in front of Sazone, that like with her legs in the air.
Oh yeah, check out Partis's Instagram. Where did you post that anywhere?
I think it's on Instagram. Yeah.
Like the world's happiest dog.
The world's
possibly
happiest dog.
stoned. Like he's.
She just lays down in the middle of the square with her feet in the air and just chills there in the sun.
But
Yeah.
everybody tells you when you leave a place of comfort and you go somewhere else that you're taking a risk. But the thing is, if you never leave your safe space, if you never venture out, if you never explore,
You're not going to know what's out there. You're not going to know why everything is getting so crazy expensive. Do you know why everything is getting so crazy expensive? I don't know why. You have to go out and find out because there's so much happening in the world that we just don't know until we get out there.
and there's inherent risk in exploring. Like it's not like some completely safe thing. But the thing is if you explore and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, eventually you're gonna find really cool stuff. You're gonna find really great situations. Like we did not expect the town that we're in to be so awesome. Like,
Nope.
This was just a little piece of our travels,
I didn't expect any of this to work out.
a
I
small
thought-
part of our plan, but we love it in this town.
It's about to thunder.
So
Yeah, I was expecting for us to come out here for like 1 or 2 months. Remember we committed to like 2 months in Colombia? We're like, okay, we're gonna come here for 2 months. And then I was expecting for us to get drugged or something.
no, I mean honestly, walking around
Kidnapped.
Dallas, like go walk around.
Dallas is not safe.
not safe compared to here, so it's
And actually we met our friend, hey Jeanette, what's up? Our friend who's actually here, she got mugged in Dallas in a terrible way. And like, just so many things that happen in Dallas that make me think like, wow, I grew up always thinking like there's no place like the US, and maybe for a while that was true, but it's really not true now. I mean, Dallas is not safe. Is St. Paul safe?
St. Paul. No, St. Paul is not safe where I live. I love St. Paul, but yeah, I was over by like Union Depot, where the light rail goes through and stuff like that. Not the safest area.
It's about to rain like crazy, and Andrew needs to get back to work.
I do need to get back. Okay.
But anyway, so that's all I have to say is like, this is literally the same exact lifestyle as back home in our Western country, just less stress, literally just less stress. And if you have a job that's like, okay, restaurant waitress, or you have a job that like requires you to be there in person, but a lot of people's jobs, even the jobs that I had, like working, writing, and I was a waitress for a while, but like a lot of the jobs that were office jobs, you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there in person. You don't need to be paying those exorbitant costs of living in order to be there in person. And I think if you could find a way to pressure your boss to let you just take a month off, be like, you know what, I got COVID. You got COVID. You have to go. And you know what, we've been meeting people that have been using that excuse. I got COVID. And I think COVID has been a great and a reason why inflation is happening and everything is getting so expensive. You know why? Because people are getting smarter, and there are people that are competing with you, making way more money, charging more money, and they're using COVID as an excuse to travel and leverage their cost of living with their budget, with the money that they're making. So they're making money in more expensive markets, and then they're going and spending it in cheaper markets. That's what they're doing. If you can learn how to do that too, you can compete with inflation. You can compete with those people, because that's literally what they're doing. Okay, anyway, see you guys later, and I'm gonna go and finish having my wine. Bye.